Hey guys, welcome back to another Python video. In this video, I'm going to show you how to deal with and manage directories using Python. So if you're ready, let's get started. So what is a directory? Well, a directory is a collection of files and subdirectories. And a subdirectory is a directory inside of another directory, which on your computer is just a folder inside of another folder. Now there are many operations we could perform on directories, but we're just going to take a quick look at these main 6 ones. Now the first one we're going to take a look at is getting the current working directory using Python. So to do that, we are first going to have to import our OS module. Otherwise, we will not be able to deal with or handle any directories or files. So this is very important for the rest of our code to work. And now all we're going to do is print os.getCurrentWorkingDirectory. And now if we print this, we should get the current working directory, which is we are on our desktop in this folder called File Handling, which you can see in the top left of the screen. So that's how we get our current working directory. But now let's say, for example, we wanted to change directory. So we do not want to stay in this directory anymore, but let's say we wanted to go to this first directory right here. Well, to do that, we're first going to just go use OS again. Instead of using like mkdir or system, we're going to use this chdir right here. So this method requires a path of the folder that you want to go into. So this one will be first directory. And now if we run this, we are in our first directory. And to prove that, what we can do is we can list all the content that's in this first directory, which we have a folder and we have a file here. And this is going to prove that we are in this first directory. So to list something, let's go back to our operations.txt. We use this listdir method. So now let's just print that to the terminal, os.listdir. Now if we save and run this, then we get all the content that is listed in our first directory, which is our folder name here and our file name. So that is how we list everything in a directory. But now let's take a look at a very important operation, and that is this mkdir method. Now what this method does is it can create a new directory in Python. Now when we are creating programs, most programs will either require a file to be created or a directory, or in some cases both. So knowing how to use this method is essential. So before I even show you guys how to use it, I want you guys to pause this video and try to create a directory in this second directory folder right here. Okay, so for those who completed the challenge, your code should look something like this. So first things first is we're going to just delete all of this right here. So instead of changing to the first directory, we are going to go change to the second directory. So we are going to do second directory. And now we are just going to quickly create a new directory. And you have named the directory whatever you want, but in my case, I'm going to call it my new directory. So now if I save and run this, boom, we get no errors. So that means the program went well. And now if we look in this second directory, we have another directory called my new directory. So if you accepted the challenge, this is what your code should have looked like, but this is how you create directories in Python. But now let's say that we want our directory here to be all in lowercase. Well, how can we change this? Because essentially what we would have to do is we would have to create a new entire directory and just call it my new directory, even though that seems kind of redundant and very unnecessary. Well, thankfully Python comes with an operation for that, and that is called rename. And all this simply does is it renames the directory or file. So we can do os.rename here, and then it needs the source, or technically the path of your directory, which is my new directory, and then we're just going to assign it a new name. And we want it all in lowercase, so we're going to do my new directory, but all in lowercase. So let's comment this out, and now if we run this, what we should get is my new directory is now all in lowercase. So now let's take a look at that, and would you look at that, my new directory is all in lowercase. So change the capital one all to lowercase. So that's to use the rename method. Now the last operation we'll take a look at is this removing directory or file in Python. Depending on the type of content you're removing from a folder will change the function that you're going to use. So if you're removing a file, then you're going to just use this remove function right here. But if you're removing a directory, then you have to use this rmdir. And this just means remove directory. So in our case, we are going to be removing a directory called this my new directory. So to do that, all we have to do is os.removedir. And since we are still in the second directory, all we have to do is just remove the my new directory here. So comment this out, so that should work, and boom. Now we have nothing in our second directory. Now let's say we want to remove this file .subscribe.txt. Don't actually unsubscribe, but let's say that we do want to remove this file. All we have to do is just do os.remove, and we're going to do subscribe.txt. Before we actually run this, we have to change our current working directory because we are still in the second directory right here. So we are in this one, but subscribe.txt is in our first directory. So we have to go first change our directory to the first directory, and now that we're in here, we can remove our subscribe.txt. So if we run this, then we have removed our txt file. Now if you enjoyed this video, then smash that like button. Let me know in the comments below if you're able to solve that challenge. And of course, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe for more videos like this one. With that said, I'll see you in my next video.